What is up, people, and welcome back to the Rags to Riches F1 2010 to 2014 career mode. This is the career mode where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2010, try and work our way through the ranks and through the teams, and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2014. We're currently in the F1 2010 season here at round 13, the Belgian Grand Prix, and if we have a look at the standings, after the first 12 rounds, we are on 82 points thanks to 2 race wins in Canada and Germany, a 4th place in Valencia, and 2 5th place finishes in Australia and China. So 6th place at the moment. That means that we drive for Williams in F1 2011, but we have to hold on to this position. Jenson Button is hunting us down. There's 8 points separating us two at the moment, and if we get dropped down into 7th, that means that unfortunately we will have to drive for Lotus in 2011. If you're unsure on where all the positions of all the teams are in the final standings, have a look in the description down below. They are all listed for you there. But without any further ado, let's get into today's race. It is, of course, the Belgian Grand Prix. Here we go then. One shot qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix, my favourite track on the F1 calendar. So I'll be hoping to do well here today, but we've got a few back marks ahead of us as Jarno truly kind of makes a mistake in towards turn 1. Just hug that line, you truly. Just hug that line. Don't get in my way. Oh, Cove Lion, please don't get in my way going in towards a Rouge. Okay, he's out of the way, but I feel like this back mark is going to get in my way. Alguersuari, please, please, please. Oh, that was brilliant. That was amazing through there. Just managed to hug the right. Okay, I had to lose a little bit of time because I lifted off, and I think I dabbed the brakes just a tad, but still, that was lovely. Lovely through that corner and through Lacooms, and nice and tidy as well. A corner with no name now. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. So far, this lap has been really, really good. In towards Pouon now. I've run it very, very wide on Pouon. That's going to lose me a lot of time. That's a little bit disappointing. But the lap, we've still got chances to catch up on this lap. Oh, nearly got into that barrier. It's a Ferrari of Fernando Alonso. Looks like he's not going to hold me up. He's going to move over to the right-hand side. Thank you. I have a lot of respect for you there, Fernando Alonso, for doing that. Right. Let's make this corner nice and tidy. Flat out through Blanchimont. In towards the bus stop chicane. Right, let's try not to overshoot the bus stop chicane, which we unfortunately have done. Oh, no, no, no. Come on, come on. Get the car turned around. Go, 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 go. Down towards the line. It's not going to be pole. It is going to be a good lap, though. It's a 150. It's 8th on the grid. If we didn't mess up the bus stop chicane, who knows where we could have been. But still, 8th on the grid. That is really good going into the race, which actually could have potential for a bit of rain. So we'll be looking forward to seeing what that has up its sleeve. Looking at the rest of the field, and it is Mark Webber who lines up in pole position for today. Sebastian Vettel in 2nd. My rival Fernando Alonso in 3rd. Lewis Hamilton 4th. Massa in 5th. Button in 6th. Nico Rosberg in 7th. Myself in 8th. Michael Schumacher in 9th. And Robert Kubica rounds out the top 10. Any surprises in today's session? Not really. Lucas Grassi at the back of the field in 23rd. But look at that. 8th on the grid for the Belgian Grand Prix, and let's see if we can convert that into points as we head over to the race. It's race day. It is, of course, the Belgian Grand Prix starting in full dry conditions. Let's look at the race strategy for today. And it's going to be options for the start. But I feel like let's go for the primes. No, we can't change them, can we? Because we're on the... we got into the top 10. Right. Starting on the options then. Pitting for the primes on lap 3. The rain might come down at the end of the race. We're not too sure. We're just going to have to wait and see for that. It's 46% chance of rain. I was hoping that the rain would come down at the start because it said heavy rain. So I was hoping it, or light rain, I was hoping it would come down at the start, and then I could probably try and work my way through the field like I did with the German Grand Prix. But that's not the case for today, so we're just going to have to do it in the dry conditions. And without any further ado, let's head down to the track and see what we can do in today's race. Mark Webber then lining up in pole position for today's Belgian Grand Prix. My rival Fernando Alonso in 3rd and myself in 8th. And my teammate Lucas Di Grassi not having the best time in this Virgin car, all the way down in 23rd. So let's get ready for the start of the race. Put it straight up into fast revs as the lights come on now. It's 5 red lights. It is lights out, and away we go for the Belgian Grand Prix. It's not the best to start compared to everybody around us, but that's just usual for us in this Rags to Riches career mode. We seem to always have bad starts. Fernando Alonso hung out to dry on the outside of the circuit, but we're still holding on to 7th place. Managed to jump Robert Kubica down in towards turn 1. What can we do in towards El Rouge? We've got a lot of cars ahead of us, so we are going to lift off the throttle and sort of take it cautious. Oh, that's not a good line through there. Cut in the corner, allowing Kubica through, allowing Schumacher through. But now they've sort of backed off, and it's allowed me to come back at them. Robert Kubica can get him up the inside. Possibly get Fernando Alonso as well. This is a big one. This is, of course, my rival. Fernando Alonso as I barge up the inside. Lewis Hamilton as well. Give him the room. Ah, and I've gone into the gravel. And I've lost the car. Oh, my God. There's a big pile up behind us. Let's have a look at a replay of that. Not too sure what on earth has gone on there. But I saw barge Lewis Hamilton out of the way. He had to go on the curb. I see what happened. Okay, he jumped up into the air. He hit me. That forced me wide. And unfortunately got tagged by Fernando Alonso, put me into the gravel. And it kind of helped me out a lot because it meant that I only got overtaken by Alonso. Then there's a big pile up behind us. So a lot of guys are going to be held up by each other. So let's get on with the rest of today's race. Let's try and catch up to Fernando Alonso, my rival, once again. And see what we can do in the Belgian Grand Prix. Oh, catching up a lot of time to Fernando Alonso through the corner with no name. What can we do in towards Pouon? Keep it tidy. Let's not get caught on the curb, which we don't. Okay. Running it wide a little bit because we had to correct the car midway through the corner. It's not good doing that. As I go up the inside of Alonso. Alonso seems very slow at the moment. Having to lift off through this corner as we do struggle through that one. In towards Stavolo now. What can we do through here? Right behind Fernando Alonso. This is, of course, where we overtook him in qualifying. Fernando Alonso, what are you going to do to defend against me? Looks like you've not really got a lot. We are catching up quite a lot through Blanchimont. Where we go side by side. He's going to give me the inside line. Is he? No. Oh. Oh, what? No way. No way am I taking a penalty for that. No. There's no way I'm taking a penalty for that. Alonso brake checking me for a flat out corner and I get a penalty. You can just shove off there, boys. There we go. Up the inside of Alonso in towards Blanchimont. I don't know why he braked there. It's a flat out corner, but at the end of the day, I will take it as we go into the bus stop chicane. Need to brake a lot more than we think because we kind of messed up in qualifying. And now I know not to do that as it looks like Button and Massa are going side by side down in towards someone. We do need to overtake Jenson Button as he is at the moment behind us in the driver's standings as he goes up the inside of Felipe Massa. They're going to compromise each other's line and that's going to really help me out down in towards El Rouge. We need to try and get the corner right though because we messed up on the first lap as they're both going to go defensive. Is that going to compromise their line? Through this corner, yes it is, but our line's probably not the best either. I've cut across that corner once again, getting a warning for corner cut. I probably could have made it, so that warning is rightly given. But Alonso, no, sorry, Massa and Button going side by side down in towards Lecombs. And we're going to brake very, very late, get a nice sort of line through here. Try and see what we can do against Button and Massa. Still battling side by side. Still battling, they are. Where are we going to go? Right-hand side, make it 3 wide down towards Rivage. Yes, we do. 3 wide with Button and Massa. Whoa, what a move that was on both Jenson Button and Felipe Massa. 2 drivers in 1 corner. What a move that was. And up into P3 and on to the podium. Now, both the Red Bulls are ahead of us. Can we catch up to both Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel? Only time will tell. Just going to have to wait and see what happens in today's race. Okay, we've got a Red Bull of Mark Webber coming into pits now here on lap 2. 1 lap earlier than we are supposed to as we get confirmation now that we are supposed to be coming into the pits on the next lap. So that's interesting. Mark Webber into the pits on the next lap. On this lap, sorry. That's pushed us up into P2. We are trying to catch up now to Sebastian Vettel. The gap to him, 7 seconds. Let's see what we can do to Seb. Okay, then we have a 3-second gap at the moment to Jenson Button, which I feel like is enough to stop us from getting held up in the pit stop phase. We are going to be coming into pits on this lap. Oh, I thought it was going to go straight into the barrier there, but I haven't. And into the pits we come. Right, we need a good pit stop from the Virgin crew. Otherwise, I am going to lose out to the likes of Jenson Button and Felipe Massa. So they're going to come into the box now. We're going down the pit lane. Into the box we come. And come on, crew. Come on. Come on. Good pit stop. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Release us. No! Vettel, what have you done to us? Oh, for goodness sake. We've been held up by Button and Vettel. Oh, are we still ahead of Button? No, I think Button's got us. I think that's him just ahead of us there. Oh, that is so frustrating. Hate it when I get held up in the pit stop phase. But through El Rouge, we are nice and quick through there now. We know how to take El Rouge. Let's catch up to Vin Antonio Luizzi. We're still in the top 10, which is pretty decent, which means that we should be guaranteed points if we don't make any more mistakes. Right, Luizzi is up next, and we've got Jenson Button just ahead of him. He is, of course, the driver that I do need to get past, as he is just behind me in the championship. Much better line through that corner than Luizzi. So we're going to go up the inside in towards Rivage now. And Jenson Button just ahead of us. And we've got Lewis Hamilton just ahead of him as we've got to squeeze out Luizzi on the exit of Rivage. And there we go, moving up into P7. Right, Jenson Button, you are up next, my good sir. Can we get you in towards Pouon? You're going to take a nice defensive line there. I'm going to completely ride the grass and get a warning for corner cutting. Not too sure what sort of line that was from myself. Alright, braking a lot later than JB in towards that corner. That's closed up the gap quite a bit. What can we do? Jensen Button, where are we going to overtake? Oh, around the outside in towards Stavalo. Not expecting to make that move, and unfortunately not able to pull it off either. But through this right-hander, Jensen Button lifting off a bit, quite a bit in fact. But we might be able to go for the overtake down in towards Blanchimont, like we did on Fernando Alonso here on the left-hand side. What are you going to do, JB? We're side by side with Jensen Button through the corner. Are we going to make it? No, we're not, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We've got the job done on JB, and there we go, moving up into P6. Right, Lewis Hamilton is up next, just ahead of us as he comes into the pit lane. We've also got a Lotus of Heikki Kovalainen running ahead of us in P4 as Fernando Alonso comes into the pits, and we move up another position. Mark Webber now leads the race, so he's actually jumped Sebastian Vettel by pitting earlier, but will he be making a two-stop strategy? We're just going to have to wait and see on that one. So much faster than Heikki Kovalainen down in towards Lecooms. What can we do on the Lotus driver? I'm going to go up the inside, see if we can do anything just to search up the inside of Heikki Kovalainen. Squeeze him onto the curb there and got through. Okay, lovely jubbly indeed. I was hoping that we wouldn't do the same sort of thing that we did on Lewis Hamilton, where we sort of rid the curb, went into the side of us, pushed us into the gravel, and caused an almighty collision. But luckily that didn't happen, and we are up into P3. Right, we are closing in about a second every single lap to Sebastian Vettel. The gap at the moment is, if we check on this lap, 2.2 seconds to Sebastian Vettel. We are 2.2 seconds behind him with 2 laps left to go. Well, 3 laps left to go in this race. I reckon we've got a chance of getting maybe P2 in this race, unless Mark Webber still has a pit stop to make. Right, okay, this is the moment of truth. Does Mark Webber? Yes, he does. Mark Webber into the pits here on lap 7 of this Belgian Grand Prix. That means we're going to go up into P2. Right, this is going to be the battle for the lead then. Can we overtake Sebastian Vettel, currently leading this Belgian Grand Prix? As we break early into that turn 1, but for some reason we still have a bad line through there. Not too sure why that is, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on trying to catch up to Sebastian. Going to be gaining so much down this Kemmel Straight. What can we do down towards Lecooms? Brake late, turn in, nice and tidy, nice. There we go, that's a nice line through there. Right, Sebastian, you have definitely got your work cut out if you want to hold on to this lead, because I'm coming for you, boy. I am coming for you. Come on, come on. I'm right on the gearbox of Sebastian now. Here we go, in towards Stavalo. A little bit of a switchback move. Can't do anything through there. Is he going to lift off into this corner? Oh, Sebastian. Oh, nearly went into the gravel and completely threw away this race. He sort of braked on that corner. Brake checked me as we were so close up to the gearbox of Sebastian Vettel. But what's he going to do through Blanchimont? I know the AI like to... Yes, they do. He's gone slow. We've done it. Down in towards Blanchimont. And I think I'm going to outbrake myself in towards this corner, aren't I? Yes, I have. Right, come on, come on, come on. Get the car turned in. He's going to come back at me. But not by not by enough. We are still in the lead of this race going into the final lap. We've overtaken Sebastian Vettel with 2 laps left to go. Oh my god, this could be it. This could be our 3rd race win of the season at my favourite track on the F1 calendar. I love Belgium. I love Belgium. I absolutely love it. But what can Sebastian Vettel do? If anything, through El Rouge. Nice and tidy through there. Nothing to gain for Sebastian Vettel. A long lap left to go though. So there's a lot of time for Sebastian Vettel to gain on me. I am being the tidiest I have ever been on this circuit so far. No mistakes at the moment. No mistakes. Riding the curbs perfectly. Look at that. No mistakes through Pouon. That was a perfect corner. Right. Not... Oh, okay. I've made a mistake. I've made a big mistake. I've run it wide. That's very wide. Right, okay. That's not good. Sebastian Vettel closing in, but not by enough. Not by enough. Not enough for Sebastian Vettel in the tank to go for an overtake just yet. He's going to be slow through that right-hander all the way down in towards the bus stop chicane. The gap, 1.2 seconds to Sebastian Vettel. What can he do? If anything, are we going to get our 3rd race win of the season down towards the bus stop chicane? 2 corners left to go. Going to take it nice and easy through the right, through the left. Here we go. Through the final corner, weaving the wheel in celebration. It's our 3rd race win of the season. What a result at the Belgian Grand Prix. From 8th on the grid, we just pushed and pushed and pushed, and it came off on top. What a fantastic result.
Congratulations on the win, mate. That's 25 points in the bag.
Oh, Jeff, absolutely loving it. What a win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Getting first place here today at the Belgian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel did as much as he could, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough at the end of the day. And Mark Webber making that early pit stop sort of put him under pressure. And he still managed to finish in third, to be fair. So a good result there from Mark Webber to finish in third place. Jenson Button finishes in fourth with Fernando Alonso in fifth, Nico Rosberg sixth, Adrian Sutil in seventh, Felipe Massa in eighth, Vitaly Petrov ninth, and Heikki Kovalainen getting points here today at the Belgian Grand Prix. So looks like the primes, then the options worked fantastically for the Lotus driver, with Michael Schumacher down there in 16th place, and Lewis Hamilton down in 20th after that collision with myself earlier on in the race, and Lucas Di Grassi in 22nd position. Right, let's have a look at how this race win affects us in the standings. Still in 6th place, but closing in on Nico Rosberg, closing on Mark Webber, closing on everybody ahead of us, because of course we did get more points than today, but we need to get more race wins if we want to try and get that third position, which currently belongs to Fernando Alonso. But Alonso currently battling with the likes of Mark Webber and Lewis Hamilton in the championship, with Sebastian Vettel way out in front by 11 points at the moment. But the good news is we have got a good lead over Jenson Button in the championship, and that's all that matters, because we want to hold on to 6th place. We want to get a Williams seat come the end of the season. Right, constructors standings then, still in 6th place. The lead over Force India grows to 30 points at the moment, and we're not too far behind Renault. They have not had a good run of races recently, and we are now only 7 points behind them in the championship. 7 points, no, 8 points, sorry, 8 points behind them in the championship. So we could possibly be challenging for 5th and maybe even 4th. If we have more races like that, we can challenge for 4th in the constructors as well. But that's it for the Belgian Grand Prix. What a result. Another win in the Rags to Riches, the sequel. And that's our 3rd win of the season. How on earth have we got 3 race wins in a Virgin on Legend difficulty in F1 2010? This is absolutely incredible so far. But let's head back to the menus. Here we go then. Our 3rd podium interview of the season. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't even expecting to get 1 this season. Maybe 1 at Abu Dhabi, because we tend to do well there. But no, was not expecting to have 3. So here we go. Interviews. Have you thought about winning the title? Again, you know, I'm just going to wait and see. I hate to tempt fate. Let's just wait and see what happens. It's definitely not possible with the car performing as it is. I mean, it's mainly me. Just look where Lucas Di Grassi is. The car is underperforming. I'm definitely performing more. We need a lot of luck. That's the one to say. We need a lot of luck to take the title, because there is still a huge gap. 70 points, I think it is, the gap at the moment to Sebastian Vettel. So, yeah, a lot of luck is going to be needed. Will this result give you a boost, though? Yeah, of course it will. It puts us in a better position to challenge. Scoring points consistently is important. If the team keep up the hard work, it will. I mean, of course, it puts us in a better position to challenge, especially for that Williams and the Force India seats. And finally, would you care to comment on the gossip? I guess that they're talking about who I'm driving for next season. I'm hoping to move teams, so I am keeping all my options open at the moment. But at the same time, I mean, I'm just concentrating on my racing, because it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter what I talk outside of the track, because it just depends on my results on track. So just concentrating on my racing. What a race then at the Belgian Grand Prix. Still can't believe I've got 3 race wins in this season. It's absolutely incredible. But let's have a look at the race standings before we end today's episode. 107 points on the board, 6th place, which means that we will be driving for Williams next season. We are quite a few points ahead of Jenson Button right now. I think that is that 21? I think that's 21 points ahead of Jenson Button. So that's pretty decent as well. We are closing in on Nico Rosberg, only 5 points behind the Mercedes driver. And then it's going to be a case of trying to catch up to Fernando Alonso, Mark Webber, Lewis Hamilton, to try and get that Force India seat, and maybe see what we can do about Sebastian Vettel, who's currently, just under 70 points ahead of us. 63 points ahead of us at the moment in the championship. So I don't think we're going to be able to close up on him, but more race wins, and it could certainly, that chance could turn into a reality. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with that. But that is it for today's race. Don't forget to smash a like on this video for our 3rd race win of the season. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Share this video with your friends, and I will see you next time at the Italian Grand Prix, the Temple of Speed. But until then, it's goodbye from me.